Okay, hello guys, I welcome you again to my channel Lotab in Tech on Tube. And in the continuation of the videos that we have done so far regarding reading books, so it's technology evaluation for entrepreneurs, and for that it's written by Jody Olubela Nadal. That's the reader. So I'll have to actually go through the book and let's see what we can actually extract. It is primarily meant for the entrepreneurs, that's why I'm just reading it, just to get an idea where we can move for our future. So that obviously it's it's about the building of the skill eventually, and helping us to understand how the norms of the business normally works, and how we going to pursue. So with that aspect in mind, it's a quite a large book, 121 pages. So if I'm going to see it like this, technology evaluation for entrepreneurs, okay, contents or introduction, how to obtain information, level of development, comparison of alternatives, technology forecasting, possible customers and uses, and market prospects, report writing. These are very important. Okay, about the author, what is about the author? Doctor of Business Administration and Insurance Accuracy, I believe. Professor at the School of Industrial Engineering of Barcelona of the Universitat and Politécnica de Catalunya. The author graduated with a bachelor's degree in economy from the University de Barcelona, qualified as an insurance actuary, and obtained a PhD in business administration from the University UPC. Okay, he specializes in operations management, particularly in cross training, and occupational safety policies, process improvement and lean management, and technological entrepreneurship. Okay, that's where I want to actually go. Technological entrepreneurship is the main focus topic for me, so that is why I'll just going to move ahead. Introduction. Importance of the technology evaluation for the entrepreneur. Management approaches based on continuous testing of hypotheses dominate the entrepreneurship world. Paramount examples of that trend are the methodology lean start rise 2011 and discovery driven planning, McGrath and Macmillan 1995. Nowadays, entrepreneurs mistrust analysis developed for far from the real activity. Naturally, there is no objection to the development of as much testing as possible, particularly before committing large resources. However, this call to action should not lead to developing projects without having enough knowledge of the technical field involved. Before starting the development of the entrepreneurial project, it seems clearly advisable to accumulate as much knowledge as possible about the different aspects involved, and that is why we are going through such a read of books, and we will continue it for a very long time, especially just to develop our understanding and also develop our customer base as well. To undertake an entrepreneur project without appropriate knowledge is not so much taking a risk as waiting for a stroke of luck. This is particularly true when a technology is involved. It often happens that what seems to be an interesting technological opportunity in the end is not. In particular, this happens with many scientific research results. When researchers obtain new results, they often think, excited by their achievement, that many advantageous applications based on these rules can be developed. Only after a detailed analysis, test, and comparison with alternatives will be the real possibilities start to be known. In fact, for researchers, discovering a new method that improves the performance or expands the range of applicability of a certain technology is increasingly interesting by itself. they will obtain the recognition of the scientific community by achieving results like this. Researchers can be legitimately proud of this kind of research as they are expanding the general knowledge in a certain area. In spite of this, the fact that a piece of research is accepted as valuable by the scientific community is no guarantee that it is applicable and surpasses other alternatives. The same happens with the initiatives that come from technology innovations consisting of new ways of using or applying technologies. Even when the ideas deserve to be classified as brilliant, success is not guaranteed. A lot has been written about how entrepreneurs are able to generate ideas that sometimes are at the origin of big new companies and, in some sense, change the world. The talent and creativity behind the great new ideas is admirable. However, very often an attractive and imaginative idea ends in nothing. In fact, this is what usually happens. Even in the case of the most brilliant innovators, only a small part of the ideas that come to their mind can be developed and successfully implemented. Therefore, a deep analysis is necessary before spending significant resources on the development of an idea. In particular, the technological aspects have to be considered. The evaluation of the technology is a critical step in the analysis to perform when a technological innovation is central to the idea to be developed. When we develop an entrepreneurial idea based on technology, the final aim is to identify a convenient combination of the technology considered and a specific need to be addressed. To this end, it is necessary first to have some knowledge of how the technology or technologies work. However, some aspects of a technology's performance can only be assessed in relation to one application area. Thus, we will also need information that helps determine the appropriateness of a technological solution to solve the problems or needs that the idea under consideration addresses. Technology evaluation takes into account all these different aspects. In entrepreneurship, technology evaluation is not more important than, say, creativity, market analysis, or finance. All this is very important indeed. However, we should be aware that technology analysis is critical, particularly when considering an entrepreneurial opportunity that involves a new technology or a new use of an existing technology. Consequently, technology evaluation is critical when considering an entrepreneurial opportunity that involves a new technology or a new use of an existing technology. The next section deals with how to identify the entrepreneur opportunities that are based on technology. After that, the different steps of the entrepreneur process are presented and technology evaluation is formally defined and contextualized. Okay. Concepts: technology based entrepreneurial opportunity. As one would aspect, there is no single definition of concepts such as entrepreneurial opportunity and technology based entrepreneurial opportunity. Specialists on the matter do not coincide. However, there is a general agreement on some aspects. An entrepreneurial opportunity refers to the chance to generate profits through the offering of goods or services in the market. Although it can be not the only motivation, the possibility of obtaining an economic profit then is a necessary condition. However, activities that can generate profits, such as investments, are not by themselves considered entrepreneurial activities. The development of a product or service is also required. In general terms, a technological opportunity refers to the case of achieving innovations and technical improvements. In the context of entrepreneurship, the concept is more specific. In this area, an entrepreneurial opportunity is considered to be based on technology when it is originated by scientific and technological advances. This definition could be considered ambiguous. Most, if not all, activities nowadays have some kind of relation to science and technology. However, the fact that the opportunity has some relation with technology is not enough. An entrepreneurial opportunity will be considered technological when a scientific and technological advance is at its origin. In some cases, the origin of an idea is clear. In other cases, it is delectable. Think of it, for example, a new pharmaceutical drug. There is no doubt about the role of research in this case. However, when, for example, geolocalization is used in an augmented reality game, to what extent does the value provided come from technology, and to what extent does it come from creativity? Sometimes the novelty of an innovation comes from the application of an existing technology for a new use. Also, in such cases, doubts can rise about where to classify some initiatives. It is not always clear if certain innovation should be considered as an existing technology with a new use or, in fact, a new technological development. To clarify the nature of an opportunity, it is helpful to consider what the uncertainty about a new technological solution is. In some cases, and although the technology is sophisticated, the adaptation of the technology to the new use does not seem likely to be particularly difficult. In these cases, the innovation will not be strictly technological based. In contrast, when the appropriate functioning of the technology solution in a new context is in doubt, the innovation affects the technology itself. In this case, the opportunity can be considered technology based. Okay. In sum, okay, this is the word aggregating all the I've just read out. An entrepreneur opportunity is based on technology when the development or adaptation of the technology is critical for its success. Okay. Okay, when an entrepreneurial initiative comes from an opportunity based on technology, a deep technology evaluation is necessary. Okay. Entrepreneurship process. Now, this is a separate topic, as we have learned, because we have dealt with entrepreneurship and how it is related to the technology and how we can benefit or take an opportunity which is purely entrepreneurship basis, and take an advantage, and we can actually combine both the entrepreneurship opportunity and also the technology. But right now, it has this entrepreneurship process is altogether a separate one. An entrepreneurship process starts from an idea and ends with the creation of a company. Yes, this is what we are actually doing, and we are willing to move in a direction of obviously creation of a company or a new unit of an existing company, including the first stages of the life of the new company or unit. A long road. That is why it is a very long road. The process involves a number of different activities, which, to name a few, involve the generation of an idea, an approximation process to define first and test later a business model, finding appropriate partners and financing, a detailed planning of the startup process, and naturally launching the business. The analysis to perform and the decisions to make in the various stages of the entrepreneurial process require appropriate analysis tools and methodologies. In view of all the elements involved, it is no surprise that the tools and methodologies are very diverse. We can find handbooks and courses on entrepreneurship that have little in common. What do we really need to know to be able to create a new company? There is no single answer. The activities initiated and the context in which they are started is multifarious. What are the most important aspects depend on the stage of the development and the specific circumstances of each case. We can divide the entrepreneurship process into three main phases according to the activities we need to develop and the outcome we seek. Preliminary phase. This phase is intended to check the possibilities of the activity that we would like to develop. Since the opportunity is very uncertain, the least possible time and resources should be spent. Yes, absolutely right. The outcome of this phase is a business case for carrying out a more in-depth analysis, not yet the launch of the new activity. Planning phase. The objective of this phase is to further analyze the opportunity and prepare a detailed plan for launching the company. And the plan will include a precise definition of the product or products to offer, a team proposal, the investment needs, and sales forecast. In this case, the result is a plan that will typically be presented to possible investors and partners. Launch phase. In this phase, the company has been set up and the production and sales start. However, the main outcome is the experience acquired, and that makes it possible to adjust some decisions adopted previously according to the reactions of the customers. The fact that an entrepreneur project is based on technology affects all phases of its preparation and development. Every analysis and forecast depends on the performance that the technology involved is able to provide. This is particularly true in the preliminary analysis. The preliminary or initial analysis should include a detailed evaluation of the technology. Technology evaluation and other related concepts. In general, to evaluate is to judge or determine the significance, worth, or quality of something. When referring to technology, the term technological evaluation can be used with related but different meanings. The concept appears in both public decision making and business domains. Besides, in technological entrepreneurship, the concept has particular characteristics. Okay. So, concept technology evaluation analysis what a technology will make possible now and in the future in relation to one or more application areas. Value proposition describes the bundle of products and services that create value for a specific customer segment. Business model describes the rationale of how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. Business plan describes and communicates a project and how it can be implemented either inside or outside an organization. The technology evaluation, value proposition, business model, and business plan are developed consecutively. The degree of specification is increasingly high. A technological evaluation can give insight into how different possible value proposition based on it can be defined. A value proposition can be exploited through different business models, and a business model can be implemented by following a number of alternative business plans. Before Figure 1 shows a simplified scheme of the process that starts with technology evaluation and ends with the preparation of a business plan. Technological evaluation, it goes to product, goes to business approach, goes to action plan, and value proposition, business model, and business plan are the other. Okay, in the process that goes from technological evaluation to business plan, different aspects are progressively defined. Okay, technological evaluation, value proposition, business model, business plan. Customer focus and technological force. And it is often said that in business, customers' needs are paramount. Some experts recommend that the entrepreneur should hear the voice of the customer. This sounds apparent to many business people. Obviously, the customer view is the most important thing to a business. An owner of a business or a salesperson, for example, is always fighting to satisfy their customers. What else can they do to remind them that the customer is very important? It seems almost insulting, especially when the recommendation comes from the trainer who has never sold anything to anyone. However, the importance of the customer is not always so clear. There are different reasons for this. One possible reason is the big size of some companies. It often happens that some departments and senior management have no direct contact with customers. Besides, not all the details of the consumer's behavior are directly observable. Marketing is there to help with this. In the case of the entrepreneur opportunities based on technology, usually some aspects of a technology and its application are still under development. For obvious reasons, the customer's reactions cannot be known in detail. However, the degree of uncertainty is not always the same. Sometimes we start from a clear and well-known customer need. At other times, an entrepreneurial opportunity is based on a new or improved technology whose possible uses are still very unclear. Finally, it is possible that both the customer needs and technology are far from known. Shows the three combination of customer needs and technology, uncertainty, and some insights about how the analysis will be addressed in each case. Okay. Technological analysis, opportunity analysis. Assess the level of development, establish evaluation parameters, determines the appropriateness range, and forecast the future. Okay, so I'm going to end up my video with the first chapter being covered, hoping to cover the rest of the chapters in the coming videos. So keep watching. Thank you very much. Take care and have a nice day.